Alright, here we go. Hello, this is CB Ultra 768, and we are back with Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. And last time, we finished our last day of investigating, where we went to the KB security office, and we found the safe where they apparently found the body of Cain Bullard, who was supposedly murdered by our client here, Mr. Ron Delight. Of course, we know that ain't true, and judging by the way he was killed, it looks like he was well, I'll say, what was the death? Like, to me, it almost looked like he was strangled, but they say it was actually due to blunt trauma. And apparently, Mr. Delight said he arrived there and was knocked out by someone, and when he came to, he hid the body in the safe because he was afraid of getting caught. But then he felt so bad, he turned himself in. So now we are on our first part of the final day of the trial. And yeah, now we have to prove his innocence because he's being charged with a murder. Also, we figured out how the urn actually got broke and was fixed as from being I am to Amy. It turns out, what was her name? Hang on, let me see the profiles. What was her name? Yes, Miss Adrian Andrews here. It turns out she accidentally broke it and it fell in some pink paint that was on the ground. So she tried her best to fix it up. And yeah, that's basically what happened. So we found out how it was broken. Oh yeah. Again, I'm trying to remember this to help me too. We also found out that the blackmail letters, he apparently got them after his first heist. So every heist that he's been doing, he's been blackmailed into doing it actually. So every time Mass to Mass was stealing, it was because he was doing it for somebody else, which I'm assuming it was for Detective Atemy, but we'll find out as we go on. So anyway, let's get moving. Sorry I take so long to explain. Anyway,
that evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I had been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
The exact time the murder took place.
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny.
Wow.
You never know that from the way he's chugging it down.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Okay. Also, I want to apologize for some of my edits for the Godot lines. I know, like, you may have noticed some of the music repeats because I'm trying to keep his image on so he can finish his lines because I deliver them a bit too slow, but hopefully I'll improve on that a bit. But if not, oh well, I'm doing the best I can, so give me a break. My visit to KB Security. Okay, so I read. Second statement, press. Hold it! It ordered you there?
It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then?
Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or steal that.
Hold it! Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? I'd say probably press harder, right? Yep, press harder. So what did the blackmail letter in question say?
It said to bring $500,000.
Money. A perfect motive for committing murder.
Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
After all, he had nothing to do. After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
A muddy mud sipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Okay, so what does it say?
The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything.
That's obviously a lie. Let's see what... There should be evidence we have. Ron's testimony from Master Lieutenant. Does the blackmail letter say it itself? If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Would it just be the blackmail letter? That seems like it. Let's see. Hang on. Oh, never mind. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. It says ignore this statement for now. Press the third statement. So, this one. Okay. It's one of those, so I have to press this first. Hold it! You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right?
Yes, that's right.
A security chief? You?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge. A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Okay, what? Why he was fired? Okay. Life after being fired, why he was fired, don't say anything. Okay. I guess that is a good question to ask. Why were you fired? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job.
Well,
The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that.
I just look at the camera. Oh yeah, it looks alright. Okay then. Oh, that's... So he's just like, okay then. Defendant, please answer the question. Yeah, that looks alright. Sorry.
I needed money.
You needed money?
Well, you see, Daisy loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby.
Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick?
My salary wasn't nearly enough. So, I stole data from the company.
Come again?
KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief,
You stole some data and sold it.
Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately.
What? I wish I had never asked that.
I was somehow able to keep it a secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own.
What is it, Nick? You don't look so good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
So you admit that you stole data from your company. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster.
He fired me for selling company secrets, but Daisy doesn't know about that.
Okay. So it says present the profile on this statement. Alright, let me save just in case. I wonder why the profile. I will say, I figure there's no evidence, so what could we use? So what does it say about Daisy? Daisy's wife hates criminals and cowards more than anything. Oh, that's the thing. Because he's a coward for not telling her. Oh, or was I wrong? Wait a minute. Oh, it said ignore that statement. Okay, sorry. Ignore. Okay, the blackmail didn't scare him. Wait, there. Didn't scare me. Okay, so we're apparently, thank God I'm using the guide. Apparently now it's supposed to present Daisy here, now that we got all the information. Okay. Yeah, they gotta use the guide. I would not have been able to figure that out for a while. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday.
Huh? What doesn't?
I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Miss Desire Delight, the defendant's wife.
What? But listen to me, my Daisy, she's...
Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins.
Godot.
Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about.
Oh! No! Everything is falling neatly into place for him.
Don't talk about my Daisy like that! Or you'll be sorry!
Oh boy, that ain't good. Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick?
I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was significant motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much.
The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come on, tell us. We're all ears.
At the CEO's office. So far we're getting our asses kicked. Dang it.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
Hey, Atemy. It's so clearly him.
Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed.
Definitely have to press on that.
When I came to, Mr. Bullet was lying there, dead.
I see. Suddenly hit on that forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atemy turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie.
No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that.
What are you saying? I really was attacked.
We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
That, Mr. Wright. Don't go easy just because he's your client.
I love when he slides it in.
If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend.
Oh God, no. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Okay. So yeah, even before I looked at the guide, obviously, this stuck out to me. If I hadn't been wearing that, what were you wearing? That? Could you please clarify what you are referring to?
Why, my Master Mask costume, of course.
Wait just a moment! Master Mask?
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
What? Oh my God, he dressed up as Master Mask? I had no idea!
Nick, did you know about this? He never told me. He never told me this.
I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. I like that.
And I didn't know that.
Even he didn't know. He's so fucking mad. He's like, what the fuck?
It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets.
I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip up your mind?
My sixth cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
I have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume.
Okay. So press. I was about to say, we need more information. Press it! Hold it! Why were you dressed up as Master Mask?
Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course.
What are you talking about? Master Mask's trial is being held next door.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around in that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected.
Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? Press harder. What do you mean by took a lot longer?
Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
What was that? Back up a second!
Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable! Oh my god, the judge just used a big word. Inconceivable. I had no idea he had that big a vocabulary. Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Oh, the judge is just freaking out.
Question: when does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
Okay. What?
Answer is simple. When they take them off.
Of course. Thank you for clarifying. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hit the body because he's the murderer?
So you're not as stupid as you look.
His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony. God, I am so pissed. Nobody tells me anything. Oh. I had a mini freak out there.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair-weathered judge.
I panicked and I hit the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes.
Huh. Wonder if we have any evidence for that. Like, the whole thing happened around 1, right? Like... The buzzer went off at 1 or 2. Huh. Hang on. Okay, yeah. It says the buzzer record or the CEO buzzer. Cause, yeah, like, wait a minute. If he was in there for 10 minutes, then he couldn't have been at the museum doing the heist, cause that happened exactly at 1 o'clock. Again, it said the buzzer or the record, so, okay. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way.
Objection. Let's remember who we're dealing with. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building.
Objection! Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them.
Objection. But, as it turns out, the guard never came.
That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known.
Objection. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
Objection! This buzzer is extremely loud. There is no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Fine, let's hear your theory.
Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body.
So what you're trying to say is...
Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Oh my God, someone knocked him out and pressed the buzzer? I had no idea. Order in the court, Mr. Wright. This is...
Objection. This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard.
Objection! Then who pressed the buzzer?
It was... the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button.
So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I don't know. How about you ask him for evidence? Where's the evidence that he was alive? Don't we have an autopsy report that says, oh, hey, he died instantly? I don't know. I could be wrong. We'll have to check that. But yeah, do we have an autopsy report? Time of death. Blunt trauma to the head. So, it doesn't say he instantly died in it, but, I mean, blunt trauma usually causes death fast in this world. I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene. But how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? I would say yes. I can prove it. I can prove it, all right. The defense's opinion is this. Your Honor, this piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Let's say, the guide says the buzzer itself, connected to the basement, there are no fingerprints on it. So he couldn't have pushed it, because if he pushed it, his fingerprints should have been on it. Take that! That makes sense, okay. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not.
Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth.
The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind.
Objection. Ron Delight obviously wiped them off.
Objection. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment.
He touched that button. I know he did.
Objection. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask to Mask. And Mask to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Oh my God, Mr. Wright, you got it right. Oh! Order! Order! Order!
It would seem I've been forced to eat crow.
I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? Even Phoenix is like, What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
They're on you, Nick! Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer.
Even though security was supposed to respond right away, if the buzzer was pressed.
Security was supposed to respond. Huh. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then.
Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in a opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? So, supposed to. They didn't mean to call the security guard. I'd say it's the second option, right? I mean, I could load. They didn't mean to. I'd say they wanted to call the security guard, right? Just to frame Mr. Delight. Let's see if that's right. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although, as it turns out, he never showed up.
Because he was getting his clock cleaned at that time.
What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in?
No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. In this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight.
And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer.
Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder. Oh shit, he's mad. Oh, he's gonna spit again? Yep. Oh, god damn it. I'm wasting so much coffee. Order! Order! Order!
It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again.
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee.
Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait. Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master.
Nick, you mean the real killer is?
We're going to drag that person in here right now. Yep, I already know who it is.
But, who is it?
I don't have any solid proof yet. But think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. And they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So, the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. I saved his case, but I think I know who to call. It's obvious. Again, they even show you the silhouette of who it is. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard? Obviously, it was Detective Atemy. Take that. Detective Luke Atemy. He's the only one who could have done it.
Luke Atemy?
You mean Master Mass did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Oh my God! Detective Atemy is the true murderer of Kane Bullard. I had no idea. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. The theft and murder, which is the more serious crime. The theft or the murder, which is the more serious crime. They're not even close. Murder is the most serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atemy confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom.
Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as Master Mask.
Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty? Master Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordley Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mask was Luke Atemy's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. I messed that word up. A guilty verdict? As an alibi? Oh my God, guilty as an alibi? I had no idea.
You know, it's almost time.
For what?
For Luke Atemy's verdict? It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If you're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Huh? Mr. Luke Atemy's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Light would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this?
A bet's only good when your life's the ante.
Mr. Wright, I believe in you.
Mr. Delight.
So, please, I'm begging you.
Hang on, I was just looking. Oh, is this nothing? Okay. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that?
Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust.
That voice! It sounded like... Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess!
So that's your answer, huh?
Very well. I decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atemy to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so that's actually the end. October 14th, 11. Yeah. I don't need to read that. Oh, hey.
Well, Sir Detective Atemy.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, Sir Detective Atemy. You were the one who...
It's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke Atemy. Hold it! Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Well, sir lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hosiery? Yeah, I was about to say, I think I remember. He's Canadian, isn't he? Who's this hosiery? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atemy.
Accusation? You accuse Master Mask?
That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. Whoa, what? I love that we get to see this judge. He's a different judge. Oh my god! Detective Atemy's a murderer! I had no idea! Oh my god! He's sweating like a baby. Yay! We did it. Awesome. Wow, it didn't even take us that long. But again, it's because I'm using the guide. But I mean, hey, I prefer using the guide just so we can get a move on. Alright, let's save and we will get a preview of the next part. After I hit that back button. Okay.
My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice.
So then, she's still alive. Inside your heart.
Nicky boy.
Oh, Miss Delight.
Is it true that that detective is the real killer?
To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it.
But wasn't he at Loreley Taylor that night?
Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive.
Well, again, I kind of already figured it out. They said it takes like 30 minutes to get to Loreley Taylor from KB Security. So basically, he finished all his job. So probably around like 12:30, he left and got there just in time. Like, as he was leaving, changed into costume and just got there in time. And of course, lied about being knocked out and stuff. That's what I think, but I guess we'll find out next part.
I mean, why would Detective Atemy want to kill Kane Bullard?
Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. It's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Okay. Rabble, 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 rabble. Now then, this court is back. Mr. Luke Atemy, please take the stand. Well, well. How do you do, sir lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. No one would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask to Mask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the greatest Luke Atemy has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask to Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the arrogant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. In the blackmail letter, it mentions that he took the ring, so that'll come into play later. Nice. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask? Of course! Very well then, Luke Atemy, let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. He's like, I don't understand what you're saying.
All right, Mr. Atemy. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears.
As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. The alibi. Alright, let's save here. And when we come back, we will finish our final trial of episode 2 and see if we can get this guy a guilty verdict by looking into the evidence in our hearts. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. It's been CB Ultra 768, and we'll be back with more Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations next time. And I just want to say, hopefully you're all staying inside and staying safe, and hopefully this will blow over eventually. So again, stay tuned for the next part. Man.